Also known as Vamp Mario. We are back. Sorry that was a little bit longer. Again, I was trying not to start this video at midnight, but hopefully you guys are still here. Hopefully you are down and ready to party. I probably should have filled up with water. I'm doing things a little out of order here. So we are gonna do some Mantic model painting. I started to. Oh, I didn't bring any of the things. Crap. All right, I may have to look these up online then because I totally screwed up and didn't bring what I needed to do for reference. That's great. Hopefully you guys are hearing this in good shape. The audio is okay and crisp. Let me know what the lighting is like. I tried to get the lighting in a better spot because I think there was a little bit of a downfall in that last time. All right, let's see if I could do League of Infamy. So, what we are painting up is League of Infamy. You guys saw us play a little bit of this on our. Oh, there we go. That could be helpful. Sorry, I'm getting my. Image in the new tab. Alright. Well, I have a general idea. There we go. Of coloring. That'll help. I already went a different way than they did. Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing stuff that I already knew was probably true. I'm going to go to my close-up cam. So you guys can see. And for Halloween, we're painting up some vampires. I'm looking at a model of this. Okay, so they went for red on the armor. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Alright, so we're gonna have to go in and see what I can do here. Oh god, okay, we got 3 people that are here. Yes, you guys are with me, you guys are supporting. I love it. That's so awesome. We're gonna paint some stuff. Alright, so let's get to it. So League of Infamy, for you guys that don't know what this is, it is a tabletop game for Kings of War. It's set in the Kings of War mythos and the Kings of War universe. And it is a pretty awesome game. You actually play... Okay, don't need that right now. I'm just getting some links closed. Let me get this over there. Alright. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get my bearings here. All right, that's gonna help me there. Okay, is everything okay? Cool. It's not gonna switch. So for the most part, I think I hit most of the nodes for this last time, but I'm sort of looking because. All right, let's rectify one thing because I actually do like doing the red on the cape, not the red on the armor. I actually think that looks cooler than what I was doing before. Now, so League of Infamy is a game where you play a nefarious character, and your job, if you choose to accept it, is to take on and storm a good keep. So a keep run by elves. We played a couple of games of this. Okay. Yeah, this is like super weird. So we're gonna see if I could do this. I will say, so these yeah, this is so weird. This was the issue I was having when I was painting it before. There's some like confusion, in my opinion, line-wise, for some of the detail on this model. That I'm trying to work through. I like the red on there because the red ties the cape back up. So that's why I went for that. This is actually the Elven Champion, which I don't know if we're gonna get to paint. We have one more villain to paint, so I wanted to get all the villain characters painted. And then I was supposed to get things primed today, but it did not happen. My day just kind of got away from me. Yeah, all right. Okay, So they got Templar Black in here, and I'm not. Oh yeah, they went cooler than I did. All right, I think I'm gonna redo his sword completely. I want his sword to be more of a spectral element in the model. I need to change that because it definitely is not. It's not doing it for me right now. So I'm gonna put some Templar Black on this. So it's like the inside of the armor. Ugh. Yeah, this is super hard. It's just that, like I was saying before, the nodes of... There's just like some weird detail issues that I have with this model. Where... it's like hard to see. It's just got a very hard to see detail. So I'm gonna do some freeform painting on this. And I may have to just come up with my own like approach to the color scheme, because as of right now, I'm just not feeling. I'm not feeling the color. Their color scheme. I'm trying to match it a little bit, but yeah, there's a lot of detail inside of this model, and I don't know where to go with it. Like, there's straps, there's like armor detail, and it's like where do I go with it? I'm trying to just pick my best battle here. It doesn't look horrible, but I definitely have to fix some elements of it because it just looks rough. He looks real rough. It's not the nicest looking model right now. I'm gonna try to ooh. I'm gonna try to get some lead belcher in here. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do. I had every intention of doing this originally, which was to do like a silver trim on the armor, because I think that lack of trim is hurting the model. I was gonna do it in like a skeleton horde kind of color. But I think once we get all that trim in there, because my plan is to make him look a little cooler than their paint model. See if I can get doing stuff off camera again, guys. Sorry. I really am trying not to do that. All right. If you guys remember, when I was starting to paint the vampire character, I had said that I wanted him to look a little on the older side. So I wanted him... And, of course, guys, as always, let me know what you guys are all working on out there in TV land. I always love to hear what people are working on, what you got on your painting tables, what you're thinking about. And I wanted to say also a thank you to Mantic Games for sending me this copy of League of Infamy so I could review and paint and play it, which I can say with confidence and honesty that, like, my group that I normally play with, we have really taken to this game. We love this game. We think it's awesome. And yeah, see, it's that time. Alright, so we're going to only do one video. I was a little selfish again tonight. Yeah, see, this is where I was having trouble figuring this out, because you have armor. You have armor that doesn't look like, I don't know, it doesn't look like it should be armor. There's a cape underneath. It's so confusing, the detail there. So I think I'm going to have to do at least some creative problem solving with that, because I'm going to, yeah, because see then, I don't know what to do. All right, we're going to treat it as if it is the armor, and we're going to give it a silver tone to it. But I'm probably going to redo that, because I don't think that that's accurate and or right. Yeah, these Mantic models, I think I said it last time, like, they're game pieces, so, like, not that I'm gonna deliberately, like, do a bad job on them, because I'm not. I'm gonna do a high level paint on them, but I'm gonna have to employ, I think, some other tricks for these, because it's not always reading. Oh, geez, it's not always reading the way that I want it to. So I may have to employ a little bit of, like, highlights or other things to get this where I want it to be as a model, and just do some fun stuff to it, because it doesn't look horrible right now, but it's just not where I want it to be as a model. It's like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna redo all of that. I'm gonna pretend like that never happened, and just re-whiten that a little bit, because I want to give that a spectral kind of green color, and kind of undo what I did. Yeah, so I'm just gonna like just quickly do some hand. Re-prime that white, let that dry a little bit, and that's the best way to clean up contrast, is you use white to re-block out those areas. So I'll redo that sword because I saw their painting sample and I do like the way that they did it. So far, he's not terrible. He's just... I just want him to have a little bit more intrigue as a character. And like I said, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to throw those up. Hopefully you guys have been finding all of the streams interesting. I did play some of the more of the Guardians game tonight, so if you want to check that out, you can also check that out if you are a gamer. So what I'm doing now, okay, I see. All right, I think I'm starting to see where some of my breakdown with this has come up. I think I'm getting it. All right, it's getting to a better place where I think. All right, is this? Oh, that tried pretty fast actually. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna pull out some Spectral Green, baby. We're gonna get that sword jazzed up right now. I love this stuff. So this is health. Oh, it's a very dirty brush. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Spectral Green. So he'll have like a necronic sword, which I think would be pretty dang cool. So we'll give him more of a Necron, a spirit sword, as you will. And if we're going to give him a true spirit sword, I'll do a little bit more to that, but that already looks so much cooler than it did a minute ago by having just a blank gray sword. I mean, he's a vampire. He's supposed to have some spectral magic. I'm gonna do like gems in there or other colors inside of this once it dries. Because I think that's awesome. I don't know. I may do something fun with his hand. I'm gonna put that there just for the heck of it and see maybe if he's calling some necronic energy into something. So I might do something intriguing with his hand. But that looks a lot better than it just did. Yeah, it's going to get better. It's just going to take me a minute for it to get better. Oh, I just put silver. I love when I do that. I put silver all over my hand. Now, part of why these models can be hard is because the scale of Kings of War is a little bit smaller. I think I mentioned this. Yeah. It's also bad that, for the most part, my I don't know, the paints are just not oh, that's not what I want. The paints are not flowing the same way, because, you know, I say it all the time, these are GW paints. So I'm using Citadel paints. I'm using both traditional GW paints, and then I'm also using contrast paints. So I'm using two different of GW systems on a Kings of War model, and not that that means they shouldn't work or that they have an issue with each other. But what I have noticed, just from my travels with them, is that sometimes with the Kings of War models, it does play a role. It does play, like, not a detriment to you, but it does have, like, some setbacks as a you know, with some of the model creation, because although you would think it's the same type of painting, the paint, it just sits on the model a little differently. So, like, whereas a GW model, when I do what I'm doing, I'll get a reaction from it. I'm just trying to do this socketing, because those are straps, so I'm going to do those straps differently. But I'm trying to create... Ooh, we got people. How you doing, folks? And we're gonna paint those in. Those little details. Whoa. So we connect the silver armor pieces to that, because I'm creating on the armor a silver, like a silver trim, and then we're gonna do the strapping in a different color. So right now I'm blocking out all of that silver trim, and then I'm gonna try to salvage some of this, because right now I have a little bit of what I like to call, not model confusion, but I'm trying to go in a couple different directions with a few different things. So, like, I'm trying to figure out, you know, what is a highlight, what isn't. You know, where do I want silver? Where do I want gold? Where do I want... Because if you guys remember, for folks that saw me start painting this model last week, I'm trying to go for an old world look. I want it to look like a vampire that's been around and fought for a little bit, because they are vampire, and so we're painting the evil sorceress and the evil vampire character, and I want them to look like, you know, they've been around for a long time. So I wanted his armor to look, you know, grungy and ancient and all of this stuff. So I'm creating a two-toned armor that has like an old gold on it and an old silver. But what I'm running into some trouble with Okay, you know what? That meets. That's okay. And I was bringing this up before, but I love Mantic's models. I love their creature models a lot, and I love when they do monsters. But League of Infamy is a slightly different way that they did them, because the models in this game are straight molds. So I've never seen that before, where they are straight molded pieces versus assembly. But yet they are, to my understanding, still models and units you can use in the traditional game. So it's intriguing and interesting to me that is a little bit of the stance of them. Now, he's already looking better now that I got a lot of that trim in there, because he's getting that more. His armor is starting to look more epic, which is what I wanted for him to look. Now what I'm trying to resolve is a little bit of, which I think I'm going to have to do them as probably, because the purple that I have is super dark, so I don't think it's showing up the way I want it to for the details on the armor. Just want to see what this looks like. I'm probably not going to go with this color. Reason why is the sword's going to get lost in... it's going to get lost by the cape. But I wanted to see what the hilt in purple would look. I mean, obviously I knew it was going to go okay with the green, because it's like a spectral type of green. And then I was going to do... Because the problem, now the problem with the sword, which I'll probably do in like more of a gray back, is that the sword, it's going to go up against the gold hand holding it. So I don't have a lot of options for like a hilt of a sword. So I wanted to play with it. Just going to put a little bit more there, and I'm going to, ooh. Darken a little bit some of these folds. So I want to get all of that painted in. Nice. Nice. Alright, he's looking a lot better. Like, now that we're getting into some of this detail, I'm liking the way that it's coming out. I gotta follow through with a couple of other little details. And I know on the paint sample, just want to see, what does it look like? That's probably too light. Yeah, I'm gonna do it black. It's too light with the purple. It's way too light with the purple. And then I'm going to do... So now what I'm going to be doing is mixing the Cortex white with the purple, because you'll see why I'm going to do that in a minute. Okay. That's way too much. it's very interesting when you put in. What I'm doing now is I'm just introducing that other purple. I wanted to see what it would do in the sword. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay, cool. Looks so much better. So much better. So you guys can see. So you can see I did a little bit of highlight on the gem. I'm liking this better. Oh, I didn't paint all of the sword. The cape from the back looks epic. I love how the cape looks. The model does look good. Just gonna give this a little bit more of a, yeah, just as a, now that I'm gonna commit to this as an idea, I'm gonna commit better so that it gets a nice dark, a nice good dark tone, so we can get something really cool in that hilt. Yeah, for Halloween, I wanted to paint some spooky vampires. No, this looks good. Alright, let's get... Alright, so sword, I think looks 10 times cooler than it did a minute ago. Get that a little bit more dramatic up so it looks a little bit more like a shadow detail. Which will help play off the cape a little bit more, you can see. Nice. Yeah, it's definitely looking better now that I've gone into it a little bit more. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of we're gonna paint the elf side of the box in a little bit, and you guys are with me, which I super duper appreciate. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and being with me. Please, if you like what you see and you want to hear more, don't hesitate for hitting that follow button so you can follow us and see all the shenanigans that we get ourselves into. And if you want to see us play more Kings of War, if you want to see the next scenario in League of Infamy, stay tuned for tomorrow night, where we will more than likely be playing that. Just because I'm in the process. The reason we've been playing a lot more of this game, well, a couple of reasons. One, Mantic was so nice enough to give us a copy to play and try, and I want to thank them again for that. It's just super awesome. You know, Mantic, I have to really say my hat's off to them. They are super open to their community, and they're so good about really trying to help out like streamers and reviewers and people like myself, commissioned painters, who really want to like spotlight and showcase more of their product. Because the idea is that I want to bring awareness to them as a company, so that places like my local gaming store and other places that I'm a part of and other communities I'm a part of, you know, can start to understand how awesome this company is and how awesome their games are. So, you know, that is a big part of why I want to be so involved with them. And I love that they're so open to help, you know, to help, you know, gamers and gamers and tabletop folks like myself, to get their product out there. It's so awesome. So, you know, I have to, my hat's off to all the folks over there. I always like to give a big shout out and thank you to Kyle, one of their media guys there. He is so super helpful, so super generous and nice. And what I love is that, you know, he's a guy who, you know, he actually started with the company doing exactly similar stuff to what I'm doing right now, where he loved the game. He made and did battle reports and reviews of it. And then he got a freaking job at Mantic Games, which, I mean, how awesome is that? Like, how many people can say that they played a game, they loved it so much, and then they were able to work for that company? Very, very few people I know. There's actually, which I say that it's rare, and then I'm about to say, I actually know two people who loved a game and were able to take that love and turn it into an actual career. Like, they actually got to work for that company, making and producing their games, which is pretty cool. Or like some aspect of their production creatively, which is very, very, very unheard of for most people in gaming and stuff. Like, you know, that's crazy. Like myself, I'm a commissioned painter and I'm an artist, and I'm trying to get my own projects off the ground, and it's hard. It's super hard. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is switch, to Skeleton Horde, because there's two things I'm fighting against with this model, which I think are going to be the key, or the unlock, if you will, for it, which is two little details I just noticed on it. Which one detail is like a ribbon or a tie to the hair. But like I said, there's some stuff on this model that is a little questionable on the mold, and I love Mantic Games a lot, but here, what I'm going to do, and sometimes I do this, which I think is a very unique way of solving this problem. But if I know that there's like straps and stuff, I'll just paint the whole thing with the skeleton horde. Because anytime there are straps on a model, I like doing them using skeleton horde. And then I'll just, if there's going to be an underlaying color or something like that, like in this case, I want to use the black. I'll just go back over it in black, because you can do that with contrast, because the black will show up. The black will not have that lighter color on top of it. It'll actually stop that lighter color from showing up. So that I can figure out where or what I want to do. But what it does for me is it gets that feature out of the way, so I can actually like look at the model a little bit better and be like, oh, okay, that clearly is like part of this, so I need to be making an effort for that. Yeah, and then what it also does is it takes the model, it takes it off of the white color channel, so that my eye can like a little bit more focus on it, and then I could be like, okay, cool. Because like I was saying before, there's some aspects of the model where it's not a bad model, but there is definitely like molding and things on the armor that like it all kind of, it sort of all is stuck. I guess. Yeah, because what they did, actually they went for a gold trim. Alright, so maybe we'll flip that into a gold trim rather than a silver trim. Yeah, so they went a different route than I did. Yeah, and this was like a dark. Okay, so let's do this. I got an idea. Because that'll offset that really well. No, what? Damn it. Alright, hold on. Well, let's do this. Alright, so we're gonna do... But I gotta do that in a different gray. I'm gonna do the darker gray that I have, because this is not a good color, because it's gonna make it harder to see the other color on them. But you can see just by doing that, it kind of gets us in a better spot with the model. But I'm not happy with the way this model is right now. Like, I want this model to look a lot better, and right now it's just not. It's not where I want it to be. Yeah, see, they did like a purple skin. I guess I could do that. And I think I have to rethink the other color. Yeah, let's get that darkened up. So that has a better look to it. Okay, so this this is a good, that's a good. Yeah, so now that'll help the other color. There. So that'll help the other color. I gotta wait for this to dry a little bit, but yeah, this whole like oh, okay. I'm seeing what I messed up now. All right, I think I understand what I screwed up on that. Yeah, I'm gonna re-whiten all of this. No, it's going to produce a color. I don't want it to produce a color. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to just whiten this. And I'm going to make it a little bit more. I'm gonna redo that to something a little bit different. Yeah, so I'm sorry guys. I'm like trying to get myself in a good spot. Because right now, this part of the model it doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to go over it with the Griffin Charger Gray again. I want to see if that helps it. But right now, that revision looks a lot better. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab this color. And we're gonna change that skin tone, I think, because right now the skin tone is not working for me on the model. So you guys can see what we did. I guess my issue with the actual like head is that it has no so what I'm doing now is I'm trying to create like a darker tone. Let's see if we can pull this off. This is gonna be real hard, guys. Let's check it out. Ooh, that's way too much paint. Nah. It did not work. One eye got the treatment I was looking for, the other one did not. So I'm going to have to go in there with a very small amount of red and see if I can fix that. Let's see if I can fix it. Let's see if I can fix it. Ooh, ooh. Yes. Success. With some white pupils. Nice. Alright, now I just gotta fix a few other odds and ends of the model if I can. I'm gonna keep going with the purple skin, but I'm gonna see if I can do something. Let's see if I can build a little bit more. Okay, ooh. Okay. Okay, ooh, we got definitely a more interesting face now. That's awesome. Okay, so he does not look as derpy as he once did. As you guys can see, yeah, that looks a lot better. a lot better. So I very much like the way that that came out. Much, much better. Alright, and then we have a nicer, lighter gray. Alright, our model's starting to come together, guys. So this is looking so much better than before. I still have to get... It's still rough, though. It's still not looking exactly the way I want it to look. I think the gold, the red with the gold, looks so much better. Yeah, it's just there's some just wonky. Part of it is that he's got gold armor on, so it's like everything looks so reflective and shiny. That is an issue with the model, period. Here. I mean, he does look better. It's just, I want him to look a little bit more epic, and silver. All of that should be silver. I guess part of the problem for me, I mean, he doesn't look terrible. He just, I guess I want his eyes to be bigger. Maybe that's what I'm like reacting to. He looks a lot better than when I started this session. He does. So like I do. You guys can see what that looks like. Yeah, there's just a lot of, or maybe that's just me not having some of my details all figured out. Yeah, there's like little tiny imperfections here and there. It's not horrible, but okay, work out. Ooh, okay. No, it's good. Just putting my paints away. That's gonna go there. I love having all my paints organized. It's so good. Like being able to put all my paints away and have them like in color order and like have my metallics and my technicals all in one spot. Super awesome. I love my new paint setup. Yeah, much better. Oh, okay. I didn't paint that. Just get a little bit in there. Yeah, so we want to just put that in there. I'm just putting another coat of it in there, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, so it's not looking bad. It's looking pretty good. I just wish that we could get a little bit more. I'd love to get more expression. into the eyes, but we'll see. We'll see if I can achieve that. It's like I said, the issue with these models is they're so small, they're so tiny, that it is hard to get some of those larger details in there just because you're bound. But this is pretty good. And again, I'm like so hard on myself when it comes to painting models. And I think I've told you guys this before. Like I know he looks pretty good. Like he doesn't look bad. He's not a badly painted model. Part of it is that with the going over this one. I'm just creating my lines and my molding. I'm just touching up that red cape. Because I saw it was a little off. Aha! Alright, so if I do this, then technically I have to do that for all of this. Alright, I think this might fix a lot of the issues that I have with this. And I'll show you what I'm gonna do then if that's the case, because I didn't realize that at the time I was painting this. So what I'll do is I'm going to differentiate. I'm going to make these reds different, so it's not a red color on a red color. Because if you're doing this model correctly, that was the miss. So is that then this red has to be around all of it. So we can leave the purple trim, which is fine. But then all of this would become red. But what I'll do is I have a trick. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually make it all of that would be red. Going up to that. Okay. So that was a learn right there. Just and that happens to me sometimes when I'm painting models. I'll think that I understand how a model is put together, or I think I'll understand a color of a model. And I honestly do not. Alright, so we're going to go a completely different way with this, I think. But that may be another night's worth of work. Because I do have to wait for this now to dry in order to do the next thing. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a stain on top of that red, so that what will happen is I can make the red on the bottom dirtier, so it'll be a different color from this other red. Yeah, with these guys, I mean, like, the contrast has come out pretty okay, but it does have a little bit. It does sit on these models a little bit differently than the GW does. Like, other models I've done have worked out really well, but for some reason, a few of them, like, she's another good example. I don't know, it just, it just didn't. Oh, actually, she needs to be painted. I don't know. It just the paint didn't adhere to the models the same way. So, I think I don't know. It just didn't make the same impact that this did. Like, they always come out. They just come out a little bit grittier. I don't know why. Let's see if I can do my magic for another shot, because I think if I can do it. There's no fixing. There's no fixing those eyes. I can't. I mean, she doesn't look bad. It's just. Yeah, the Demon Hunter model, she doesn't look bad. It's just, she's so small. She's such a small model that her details are just, like, ridiculous. They're all really ridiculous. The only one that actually came out, like, really, really good was the Rat Ogre and the Dragon. The Dragon came out really nice, too. So you guys can see, the Dragon came out. I'm, like, super happy with the way the Dragon came out. So, like I said, Mantic, I love them for creatures. They do a great job with creatures, but the human models they make can sometimes be, you know, just a little bit different in quality. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to... make sure I clean off my... I know. The joys of watching me clean brushes. I have another artifice brush if this brush is, like, dead, but shouldn't be. Okay, brush is good. Alright, so that's going to call it quits for today's video. I think we went pretty long. We did about an hour. I know I started this video a little bit late. You can see where we got to with him. I mean, much better than what he looked like a minute ago. We're getting there. Just got to shore up a couple of details, but he is looking a lot better. I'm going to have to get into a couple of things with him, but he does look a lot better than he did. Which, once we get him done, if I can get that other villain done, then I will have painted all of the playable characters in the game. And then we can start working on the units and the enemies, which I will get actually painted, actually primed. So we can paint a little bit more. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, as always. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be doing League of Infamy, I think, again. Unless I just do Guardians. I don't know. Guardians has been really, really awesome. You guys should definitely check out those videos as well. And then this Friday, I am going to definitely try to start live drawing my indie comics. So if you guys are comic book fans, we're going to jump into that. And you guys are going to see me working on it because I got a lot of different strips done. I'm at the point where I can start putting out a lot more on my Patreon. So my Patreon will start getting a little bit more content. It's my fault. My Patreon, I like completely fell off the planet with. Just because I just took a while to upload. Actually, he looks real damn good. He looks much better. I'm super, super excited. I don't know if I can. Well, I don't want to modify the models. I want to keep them the way that they were in the box, but he looks a lot better now. A lot better. So hopefully we'll get this done. My goal is to get this and the Hellboy box done. So all my box games from Mantic are done. And then we'll start working on actual armies. But yeah, I got to do a little bit more priming because I got to even prime Ghost Rider, who I hope to paint on Marvel Crisis Protocol next week. So you guys can see me painting the model we reviewed. But I still have Deadpool to paint. I still have a lot of things going on. So please, if you like this video, follow our channel. If you already follow, make sure you have notifications turned on. Check out my website, my Patreon. Again, I want to thank Mantic Games for giving us a copy of this game to both play and review and do painting videos with. I really appreciate it. And we will definitely be doing more stuff from them because I am a big Mantic fan. I have a whole army that I'm ready to put together and everything else. So if you're checking this video out at the end, I urge you to go back and watch more. If you want to see more awesome models painted, and you guys can see what we did on our vampire here for League of Infamy, a Mantic game set in the Kings of War universe. You guys can see more and more of this painting as we go. And we'll be painting dragons and all kinds of cool stuff. Marvel Crisis Protocol, if you guys are fans of that game, on Mondays. And we'll be back to Warhammer stuff on Tuesday. And we were working on a troll. We were working on a lot of other things. So there's tons of stuff to see. So if you like it, check it out. You can see all of the videos from this week. So the Marvel Crisis Protocol model and paint review, the Games Workshop model and paint review. You can check out my Guardians playthroughs. I have 3 parts up already. I am totally in on that game. I love it. It's so cool. So please, please, please check it all out. Become followers. Become notifiers so you know when we're live. And come back and see us. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to do either... probably we're going to actually play League of Infamy. But I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I've done it in the past. So hopefully I can do a better gaming video where I don't destroy all my stuff and I have the good lighting and everything in one place. So I'm going to play around with slightly moving my setup to make that better. And then we're going to take a look at my indie comics on Friday. So you guys want to check that all out, be followers. And if you can't, if you can follow, also please share out this to everybody else through my social media links. Share the channel, share the videos with others so we can have more people watching and viewing it. And if you can, jump on my Patreon. Literally for $1 a month, you can be a supporter and help me to get all the money for the equipment and things we need to get more and more of this stuff for you, so I can do this more on a full-time basis and start to get merch. I want to offer merch. I have a ton of merch. I have stuff ready to go. I just need the funds to actually do the merch. And I have some other ideas for merchandise, but we need that support in order to do so. So if you want to get cool stuff, getting more people to support the Patreon is awesome. Tip/donation button is also there. Please, please, please. You can check out my website as an artist. You can buy art from me. You can also hire me for commission work for painting. So all of that is available, and you can check it out. Thank you guys for watching, as always. See you at the next video. Take care, everybody.